What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, and welcome to our final Series 9 team showcase with Gigalith. Now, before I get started, I do want to mention two things. One, first of all, my Twitter handle changed. It is now Cloverbells21. I managed to finally change it from Dr. Persistence. Yes, RIP Dr. Persistence days. We are now Cloverbells21. And if you look above on the YouTube channel, we now have our logo with Celesteela, the Cloverbells icon, all thanks to Video Game Shay. I did commission her. She did a fantastic job with the logo and the banner, and I highly recommend her if you need emotes, a logo, or a banner for yourself. So definitely give her a PM if you need something like that. I will put her socials in my video description below moving forward. But yeah, so now moving on to our final Series 9 showcase. So now we're going to go with Gigalith, and this is basically a Sand Trick Room team. So you can imagine we're going to have a fast mode and a slow mode with the Gigalith. So typical moveset here: Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum, Iron Head, Protect, and we are running the weakness policy, so that means we're going to have something to self-proc it, and we're going to show that to you in a second because we have Excadrill, which you also saw on our Tyranitar Sand team. This is the same Excadrill with the Lum Berry set with the another typical move set. Again, the Lum Berry is just to stop, you know, like the burns, the sleeps, and it's very, very good against Sun. But yeah, that's the fast mode with the Sand Squad. This is the slow mode with the Dusclops and the Gigalith. So Dusclops can bulldoze and proc the policy and set the Trick Room for the Gigalith so that it can sweep. And our other moves are like Will-O-Wisps and Nightshade, just for, like, you know, just burning physical attackers, and then Nightshade for that chip damage. Alright, Incineroar, Intimidate, and Fake Out Pressure, and Parting Shot. This is what's going to help us pivot into our Dusclops, into our Gigalith. So a common lead is like Incineroar and Dusclops, Fake Out 1-Mon, so this way, you know, we can safely get Trick Room up with the Dusclops. It would help to get redirection with like an Amoonguss. Yeah, you would think an Amoonguss works well here, and it does, but I went with a different option. Alright, but yeah, Parting Shot, Pivoting Pressure, always nice on Incineroar, and this is what's going to help us get into the Gigalith. Milo, again, you saw this on our original Sand team with Tyranitar. This is just to help answer against like the opposing Landuruses and Garchomps, because both of those things, they do very well against Sand. So yeah, Milo's here for that. And of course we have the Zapdos, which is low-key the MVP of this team, right? Well, technically yes and no. It's still Gigalith because we have the Dusclops and the Gigalith. But yeah, Zapdos is just for like those Urshifu and Tapu Fini matchups that we need it for. And it has the Life Orb to put a lot more pressure when we choose to Dynamax this instead of the Gigalith or the Excadrill. Alright, so that's our Sand Trick Room squad. We might as well get right to it. This is our final Series 9 showcase. Let's jump into the battles. Okay, so this is a Garchomp balanced team. And that ideally, there's no way of knowing for sure, but ideally that would be Prankster Thundurus. Could even be Lum Berry Chomp. And that Prankster Thundurus is Swagger. The question is, do I want to take the risk? Right? So he has the Incin, right? Incin Milo? Could be a play. But I don't think I need to do that. I could just go Excadrill. No. See, the Trick Room would be great here. Alright, so let's do it like this. Let's go Incin. Dusclops. He can't stop it. Gigalith in the back. And how do we get rid of the Ursh? I guess we have to try and do Zapdos. It's our only bet. Yeah, I'll do Zapdos. Alright, he has to bring the Garchomp here. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, my man Zan. What are we leading with? If it's Defiant Thundurus, that sucks. But we'll see how we can do this. Kartana Instant. Okay, this is fine. This is pretty good. So we intimidate the Kartana, which is nice, and we'll get our Trick Room up. Alright, and we're gonna... And he can't intimidate us. I'm sorry, he can't fake out our Dusclops. So even if he fakes out our Incin... Wait, oh, that was safety goggles. Okay, interesting. So, he could fake out my Incin. Just so that I don't get that free switch. But either way, I'm gonna try my best to parting shot that Kartana, or I could even just kill it. Alright, there's no way that stays in, but I am going to Trick Room anyway. But we'll see. Yep. Alright. So if we can get a parting shot here, that would be great, but I would imagine he goes for the fake out. Unless he taunts. So it looks like he's taunting the Dusclops here, which is not great, but it is what it is. Alright, and we'll get in our Gigalith. Let's see if he goes for the taunt. That would be his best play. Alright, we'll get our sand up. Alright, and he does go for the taunt. That's his best play. So, nicely done there. But his Gigalith is intimidated. I mean, his Chomp is intimidated, so that's always nice. I could honestly just Bulldoze now and just get a policy going. But what I think I'll do is I'll protect here and then switch into our Incin just to try and repivot. So he withdraws the Chomp. Is this back into Kartana? It is. Well, that's great for us, because we're just going to repivot into our own Incin. And we're back to square one. Alright, and here's our protect. So let's see what he decides to do. It's just going to be a parting shot, but we block it, so that's always great. Alright, now how do I want to try and do this? Did he have? If he did. So we've seen the Chomp, the Incin, and the Kartana. So then what's your last Mon? Could be the Urshifu. Alright, that's fine by me. So I guess what we can do... This is a tough spot. We can swap in for the Dusclops, and then we can parting shot over here in case he withdraws that. So he's withdrawing the Kartana. Is this Garchomp again? It is Garchomp. Okay. Alright, we're gonna switch this out. Get in our Dusclops. Alright, so there's the Life Orb on the Chomp. So I have the faster Shindig. We'll call it Shindig. Okay. I could try the Gigalith. Because he's just gonna taunt me again, right? Alright, and let's see what the Incin decides to go for. He does go for the parting shot. This is into the Dusclops slot. So this is actually kind of good, in a way, because now he has to go back, and now we can try and get our Trick Room up. Alright, and now he sends out the Ursh. Okay. Oh, it's the water one. Well, that's not great. We do get a sash broken though. Okay, we're gonna try and Trick Room now. Keyword is try. He might max the Chomp and double up. And then I'm just going to max here. And I guess try and get some defense boosts going. He does have his own instant, right? So I don't want to just max yet. But what I do want to do is get in our own instant. So that way we can intimidate. And hopefully get our Dusclops Trick Room going. Alright, because at least if he doubles up, I reduce his damage. Alright, so he's committing the max. So I'm almost certain he's committing into the Dusclops. So I'm glad I got this Intimidator off. And yep, there it is. Okay. But the question is, where did you target? Did you target in the Dusclops slot? Or did you go into my instant slot? I would love it if it was the instant slot. Then I get the free switch. Okay, so that's a Wormwind. That's going into the Dusclops. That does some. Does the Urshifu pick up, is the question. Alright, so there's the Life Orb chip. And he's going Surging Strikes. Okay. Where is this into? Ah, nice. Instant. Great. So this is a free switch into Gigalith. Alright, I'm gonna say we die. Yes. Okay. Alright, so that's still okay. Because now we get the Trick Room up. Alright. Okay. Alright, now we can get in our Gigalith. And if he switches into his own instant, that's still okay. Alright, so what I can do is I can Willow that Chomp. So that way it's useless. And it likely has a Lum Berry. Oh no, it had a Life Orb, that's right. So, alright, and we're gonna Quake this slot. Oh no, wait, I have to Bulldoze. Yeah, I do have to Bulldoze. So I have to Bulldoze here. If it goes into instant, so be it. And then I'm just going to... I have to deal some damage on the Chomp at some point, right? So let's get a Steel Spike going into this Chomp. So yeah, he's gonna go into his instant. Oh, he went into Kartana. Interesting. Okay. So I have 2 targets for Will-O-Wisp. Alright, he probably just Wormwinds just to like drop my attack. And then he can switch in his own instant. So that I go back to neutral, supposedly, but let's see how he takes this. Alright. So we get the Bulldoze off. And now we have a +2 Gigalith that'll do some damage to the Chomp. Not a whole lot, but some damage. Okay, here we go. Max Steelspike. So, defense boost. So that's pretty good damage on the Chomp. That's really all I want. Okay. And now he probably goes into... Yep, he goes into his Wormwind. Alright, to deal some chip onto the Clops. Okay. So the sand subsides. Fair. So now I'm going to Willow this. And then I'm going to Quake this slot. If he goes into instant, fine. He does it. Okay. So then I get some damage. Alright, if I can get off this Will-O-Wisp, that would be amazing. Yep, we do. Alright, so we burned the Chomp, but let's see. Are you Lum Berry? Oh no, you're right. He's Life Orb. He's Life Orb. Alright, so there's the Wormwind. Alright. So, again, some minor trip. But let's see what the Kartana does. Did he go into my Gigalith? No, he just doubled in. And the Dusclops lives! Oh man, Dusclops is an absolute champ. Alright. So now, all we really need to do... Wait, actually, how many turns of Trick Room do I have? I have 2. Okay, so that's good. I can chip... I have to get rid of the Chomp, unfortunately. I'm gonna chip the Garchomp, and then we'll Quake the Kartana slot. Or... actually we can just Steel Spike? That's not very effective. Yeah, I think we just have to Quake just to try and catch the Instant Swap. Okay, is this Instant? Nice! Alright, we Quake that slot. But does it kill? I don't know. Because we're back to neutral. I'm gonna say it doesn't because Instant's a Chad. Alright, here we go. Alright. Yeah, not even close. So everything has been chipped a lot. Alright. And I think he just Rock Slides. Alright, but there's our Nightshade. So we're gonna chip the Garchomp just so that the Life Orb and the Burn can kill him. Yeah, he just Earthquake. So does he kill his own Instant? Oh, he didn't. Wow. Alright, he didn't kill his own Instant. Alright. 2 turns of Trick. Alright, so the Garchomp kills himself. The Instant has Fake Out now, so I think I have to protect the Zapdos. I mean, there's 1 turn of Trick Room left anyway. Alright, and there's the Kartana. Alright, so what we do is we protect this. And I guess we kind of have to Rock Slide. But I don't think that kills Kartana. I think we have to Tantrum. That's our only way of killing this Kartana. Yeah, I have to try. So we'll protect the Zapdos. And I'm gonna hope that the Tantrum's enough. So he does go for the Fake Out there. Alright, come on, Gigalith. Pick up the KO, this is your video. Oh, it doesn't. And we take a Leaf Blade. Yikes. Alright. However, Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Now I just have to not miss. And we're gonna protect the Gigalith. Alright, here we go. Gigalith protects. Alright, he goes for the Leaf Blade. Oh, into that slot. Oh, okay. So he anticipated it, but we do have Heat Wave, so we are going to pick up both KOs here, which is nice. Alright, and now he has something left that we don't know. Or do we know it? And then I just wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's see what it is. Oh yeah, that's right, it is the Urshifu. Without a Sash. And it's water. Oh, okay. So then we just win the game. Because we have Thunderbolt. Alright. And yeah, it doesn't matter what we click here. We just go for this. Alright, unless he gets like the magic Aqua Jet crit, which he doesn't. Where Life Orb, this kills every day of the week. Whew! Alright, so a lot of pivoting. But we got the job done. Alrighty. Sand TR picks up the first dub. Okay. Picana. So it looks like a Sun team. Something's supposed to be setting the sun here. I don't know what. It might just not be a G-Max Charizard and might just be a regular Charizard. I don't think anything here gets Sunny Day. So our sand combination looks very strong here. So I do like that idea. Looks like, yeah, I mean, how does he stop this? Like, Incin, Dusclops, with Gigalith in the back, yet again. And, I could bring the Excadrill here. Excadrill would be nice. Having Zapdos is actually pretty good. Does Excadrill help me in any kind of form here? I want to say not really. I think I'm just gonna go Zapdos again. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Unless that Chandelure has imprisoned Trick Room. So that could be a thing. Unless he has that. Alright, so I have to be aware of that. Charizard Lucario. Okay, well I'm glad I'm getting this Intimidate off on the Lucario. Charizard Lucario. Wait a minute. What? I have to check something on that Lucario. Does he have the ability that I think he might have is the question. Yeah, okay, so... Wait, did he... Was he... Oh, so he's not that ability. He's not Inner Focus. So I can fake him out. He's Justified. Or it could be Steadfast. Either way, I'm getting Trick Room up. So we're faking him out. And we're clicking Trick Room. Actually, I could even Parting Shot the Lucario. Would he kill Dusclops? Would the doubling kill Dusclops is the question. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna Parting Shot there, and I'm gonna Trick Room. I'm gonna take a chance. Bone Rush! Okay, you saw it. Bone Rush. And no Max. Okay, that was damage. That was that Inferno! Oh no! Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go into our Gigalith. Alright, here we go. The Gigalith. The rock monster. And that Lucario was intimidated. Parting Shotted and intimidated, so I'm not afraid of that thing. We're gonna murder that Charizard. Alright, and he has to switch. Okay. So, here's what we do. We're going to click the big Rockfall button. Yeah, I'm gonna click that, and we're obviously gonna Bulldoze. Okay? I mean, he could switch, and I wouldn't care. So he's thinking about it. If he protects, I also don't care. Because this is still +2. I think you still die. Honestly. On the Zard. Alright, so Remax first. So that's always a good sign. No switches. Alright, where's the Gigalith? Alright. And he doesn't protect. Alright, so this is a good sign. This is gonna be a, oh, that did so much to Lucario. Did this person EV invest? Alright, there's our weakness policy. And alright, well, once we wait for the animations, and now we get the KO on the Zard. So that's one special attacker down. Alright. I mean, I kind of brought the Zapdos for the Zard, but, you know, is what it is. What does this thing go for? An Aura Sphere! Okay, nice chip damage there, Lucario. Alright. Well done there. Okay. Now, what I'm also thinking is if I get a KO on something else, then I can just get in my Incin now, and then this Lucario is stuck at minus whatever. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to Rockfall this thing, and then switch out our Dusclops for Incin, and force the Lucario to stay in at -2 if he doesn't switch now. Alright, that is my reasoning with this. So this way I'm a little bit more proactive in the Dusclops slot, rather than just clicking, like, you know, Nightshades and whatnot. I'd rather have the Lucario stuck so that way he doesn't really have too much to max. Alright, so there's another Rockfall. Goodbye, Chandelure. Alright. And this way I can get off another parting shot. Alright, he goes for another Aura Sphere, so again, that's fine. He's getting chip. That veteran VGC chip. Alright, and now we'll see what comes in next. I mean, there's only one Mon left, sir. So let's see it. Oh, it's the Venusaur. Okay, this is fine. This is I can just Flare Blitz that thing. Alright. But we have a Zapdos in the back anyway. Alright, so I think what we can do is just honestly just kill that Lucario. Yeah, we'll just kill that Lucario, get a Quake boost, and we can just Flare Blitz the Venu, or we can Parting Shot the Venu. I'd rather just Parting Shot this thing, because he's gonna max that thing anyway. So here we go. Venu max. He'll get his Vine Lasters up. That's okay with me. And this way, if he max guards to bait my last turn of max, it's not gonna work. So that's why I targeted the other slot with the Gigalith. Alright. Alright, so here we go. Max Quake. This will finally pick up the KO onto the Lucario. And there was no max guard, so we're gonna get off this Parting Shot here, which is always nice. Yep. And there it is. Yeet! Alright. So back to me. And into... yeah, we'll just do Dusclops. We'll save Zapdos for endgame if we need it. I doubt we do. Alright, let's see what he goes for. Vine Lash. That's probably into Gigalith. But we take it like a champ. Gigalith is a monster. Alright, he'll get that veteran VGC dot damage going, right, along with the sand. But again, it's still fine. Alright. So we're back to small. Alright, now how many turns of Trick Room? Is just this is the last turn. So this is a good turn to go back into Incin, I guess. Yeah, go back into Incin. Actually, I could let the Gigalith go down here. No, I'll go back into Incin. That's fine. And then for the Dusclops, we can just get a little more chip at the Nightshade. I guess this is fine. Alright, so Incin comes out. This way I can Parting Shot and Trick Room and reposition into Gigalith. Alright. Now you might say I could have just attacked. You're already +2 on the Gigalith. You know, why switch? Just trying to be a little bit safe, you know? Just trying to play a little bit safe. So I don't need the boost with all 4 Mons at this point. I'm just trying to stall his max a little bit. Just trying to play a little bit more effectively. But, okay, and you could argue I could have just kept the Gigalith in, but then he would just kill me, right? Potentially. Potentially. Alright, so we'll get our parting shot off here. He can only kill one of us if he decides. I don't think he will. And let me just make sure that my TR turns out. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna get the parting shot off here. We're gonna Trick Room again. Alright. So he'll Vine Lash again. That's not gonna stop Dusclops, unfortunately. Alright. And now the Venu's stuck at -2. Always good. Alright, and now Gigalith is in a much better spot because the Venu becomes small again. And Dusclops can go for more Nightshades. Alright, we get the sand going, get more chip onto the Venu, and there's our Trick Room. Alright, so we stalled out his Max. He didn't kill a single Mon. So that's always great. Alright. Alright. So the Gigalith will go first now. And what I'm also gonna do now is, might seem a little weird, but I am going to Iron Head this slot. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna Iron Head here. I could Rock Slide, but you know, I don't want to miss. So I could also, yeah, I'm just gonna Iron Head so that way I get a flinch. Nightshade chip onto the Venu. We still have Incin in the back. So Incin and Zapdos will finish this game off. Alright, there's the Iron Head chip. Oh, that's more than enough. And we get the flinch. And the Sandstorm will probably kill the Venu, and that means we'll get the 4-0. Okay, so that's nice. We preserved the 4-0. Alright, GG's Kartana. Duraludon, Dracozolt, and the Tsareena. So, Tsareena for Series 10. He's already getting started. Yeah, I guess. And a Barraskewda. And there's a Sableeye and a Lopbunny. I'm very scared as to what any of this does. But I do like my Excadrill here. I very much do. Gigalith also looks great. So it's all a matter of what do I want to try and do. Huh. Let's go Incin Excadrill. Okay. We'll have Gigalith in the back. And I guess we can bring the Dusclops. Yeah. The Dusclops is fine. I'm also thinking Zapdos works too. Because the Zapdos for the Barraskewda works. Okay, so actually we're going to do it like this. Yeah, this will be an Excadrill game. Where Gigalith is just going to supply the sand. And then Zapdos can clean up later. So let's see what we can do with this. Alright, so there's a Sableeye and a Barraskewda. Alright, so I'm glad we're getting an Intimidate off here. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna try and do here. So I have the Gigalith. What I want to try and do is I would like to fake out here. He might switch that and then go Swords Dance here. Alright. Fake out. Good damage. Rain Dance. Oh, that's perfect. He probably thought Gigalith was coming in. That's perfect. Alright, and now we go Swords Dance. Okay. So this is going well. This is going great. Alright, now we swap in the Gigalith now. Okay, and then we click Steel Spike on this. And I'm not too worried about the Barraskewda. Alright, if it switches, that's great. Alright, so Incin did his job. Alright, Gigalith will bring out the sand. Alright. Now, he could reset with the Rain Dance, which I guess is fine. I guess he could do. Alright. But what does that really get him in the long run? Alright, so here's Excadrill. Does he click Rain Dance again, or does he Quash? He goes for Taunt. Alright, well, congratulations. You're gonna have a dead Sableeye at the end of the turn. If this is Sash or not. No, it's not. Okay, so then that's a free defense boost. Alright, so this couldn't have gone any better. Because if this is a water move, not only is it -1, we're +1. We're gonna take it. Oh, he went for this. Okay, that's totally fine. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, he dropped my defense. All right, so there goes my Steel Spike boost. Ah, okay. So he's Life Orb. Very interesting. Okay, if this is something else physical, I'm going to swap in my Incin, but he goes with Duraludon. But either way, I'm still going to do it. Because I don't want my Gigalith to die. Actually, I think this is still okay. Because I have Zapdos in the back. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I'll just double up here and Max Quake. Alright, this is still fine. Alright, so he's gonna max the Duraludon. I don't think this lives. It might, which is why I'm doubling up here. Oh, he maxed the fish! Dang, then I should have just gotten an Incin. Okay, so he maxed the fish. He probably wants to take away my sand. Alright, so I went for the Quake here. This should just murder the Duraludon. Alright, yep. Okay. So this is still fine. But now, because we took out 2 things, Incin can now just Intimidate Cycle, and he's stuck. Alright, you can have your Rain back. It doesn't matter. I think I'll be okay. Oh, it actually still kills. Okay. Unless that was a crit. Okay. Not what I had planned, but this is still gonna deal some chip damage from the Gigalith. Alright, we do have Zapdos, so that's still okay as well. Alright, so there's the chip damage. Alright, and now we get an Incin. We just have to kill whatever comes in on the right side, and then we'll be alright. Okay. Oh, it's a Dracozolt. Oh! Yikes. Okay. Well, this Intimidate is very nice, I will say. Alright, so what we do is, yeah, we'll just stomp the yards here, and we could Fake Out. Yeah, and we're fine, because this Dracozolt, we know it's not Life Orb. And there's our Fake Out Chip. More veteran VGC Chip. Max Knuckle to get his attack back. Alright. Respectable. Alright, now Gigalith. I'm gonna hope this kills. I don't know if it will. It's not Stab. We're gonna try. Alright, come on, Gigalith. Tantrum? Nice! Let's go, Gigalith. Alright. Oh, we got a crit. That's fine. I deserve it. I deserve it. Alright, he killed my Excadrill when I shouldn't have died. No, I'm kidding. So now we just win the game because we have Zapdos in the back, and then we can just Parting Shot if anything. Yeah. Alright, he goes for the Geyser. This is fine. Goes into the Gigalith. Gigalith lives because we have superior EV investment. And we're also -1. And he's also -1. So there's that. And there's the parting shot. This is not gonna matter, because he proc my policy and I went for Stomping Tantrum. Alright. And into Zapdos. Yes. Very, very nice. Okay. And there it is. Goodbye, Barraskewda. He maxed the fish. He paid the price. Alright. Gigalith is a champ. Alright, GG's. Okay, so once again, we're at the point in the video where we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the EV spreads that I decided to do on the squad. This one is not as complicated as some others, where I just really went for optimization. There were a few calcs that I was going to go for, but overall it's more or less just optimization. So here's the Gigalith. So again, with the weakness policy, you know, I tend to just go either to the second or third bump. So here's the third bump in the attack stat, and then I just invested a little bit more into the special defense. 252, 196, and 60 is a normal optimization spread, but what's convenient about this is that it also hits 192, which is going to optimize grassy terrain recovery against an opposing Rillaboom, which is always nice. But also the 60 special defense helps me live a +1 max geyser from a Tapu Fini. Alright, so if I show that calc here, here's my Gigalith when Dynamax, and here's a Tapu Fini when Dynamax. Assuming 252 modest, it has a 6.3% chance to OHKO, but honestly, who's running 252 Tapu Fini, right? But again, it's there, and this is without sand, right? So if there was sand, then you live it very, very well, obviously. So that's the reason for that calc. This is if there was no sand. Alright, moving on to the Excadrill. So the Excadrill, the main thing was the speed that I was trying to figure out. I made it so that with the Sand Rush boost, that you outspeed Regieleki by 1, the Timid 252 Regieleki, and then you can KO it. Now you might say, well, what does Regieleki do to you? You're a ground type. Well, yeah, but look at the rest of the team. I mean, Incin, Zapdos, Milo, even Dusclops. We don't really want to take like Regieleki damage or even Gigalith. No, I want to get rid of that. So I want to outspeed it and get rid of it. And this attack stat, this is just a little bit more investment. Just to get past the bump. So let's see where the bump is. It's going to be 36. So then if I go to 116, it's at 187, right? But this is an odd number, and we have Swords Dance. So to get the biggest bang for your buck with boost, you want to have an even number. So you just go one more, and now it's a nice even number, where if you go +2, it's a whole number instead of a decimal. If it was an odd number, because if this is a decimal, then it rounds down. Alright, so that's the reason why I went one above the attack bump. And then the leftover is just defense and special defense. The HP, I would have liked to go 192, but again, 191 is fine, just in case they change the weather to hail, and then this way I optimize my hail chip. Alright. Dusclops, again, more or less, just like I said with the Excadrill, because the Eviolite gives you a +1 boost to your defenses, you want to have even numbers here in the defense and the special defense. And this is true for something like a Porygon too. Alright, so the bump is actually here, where if it's 156. But again, this 187, this is an odd number, it's going to round it down, and I don't get the full benefit of the Eviolite. So what I do is just drop this one down here to 92, and this is still an even number, and then just go to 164, and now I have two numbers that are even, and I get the biggest bang for my buck with the Eviolite boost. Alright, and of course typical moveset here, we already know. The Incin, so I've used this Incin spread a lot. Mainly it's just to outspeed the speed creepers for Turbo Shroom Amoonguss, right? So I always go for that. I always respect the Turbo Shroom. This special defense is just for the first bump. And then the leftovers is just like in its bulk, right? You don't need attack, you just put 1 point in there. And if I had a Citrus Berry, I would probably either go 252 or just go down to 200. Just so that I have an even number for the Citrus Berry recovery, but I don't. It's safety goggles, so I just leave it there. Alright? The Zapdos, this one's pretty straightforward. This is just optimization with the Life Orb recoil. Otherwise, it's max speed and 169, just enough so that I can optimize my recoil, right? 16.9 divided 169 divided by 10 is 16.9, which rounds down to 16 points of Life Orb recoil. If I didn't have that, if I did it like this, then I passed the threshold, and now I'll be doing 170, 17 points of damage, right? So that's the reason for that. Okay. Then moving forward to the final mon, this is where the a little bit more of the calcs had to come in place. So the Milotic, first of all, the speed. This is to outspeed Thundurus at +1 from your own airstream, which is coming from like your Zapdos. So I felt that was worth calcing for it, because then I can KO it with you know, something like an Ice Beam, or deal heavy damage to it because I have like an expert belt. But the main thing with the Milo is I want damage so that way I can KO pretty much all Landuruses with an Ice Beam. So if I just pull up my Milotic calc sheet over here, and then if I go Landorus, let's just make it a blank one. If I make this level 50, alright, and assuming I have like a Jolly Spread, I could even go Animate, it doesn't matter. And the item is going to be the Assault Vest. The Assault Vest Lando is what I was looking for. Let's assume 252, so like no bulk, and I don't need to have this max. So if I look at my Milo spread here, my Ice Beam is going to do quite a bit of damage first of all, it's going to KO it if it's not max, right? If it is max, it's still going to do a lot of damage to it. But if I get my competitive proc, right, it should just pretty much OHKO a non-invested lander, even if it had investment. So let me just go ahead and change that. So yeah, I mean, like, look at this Ice Beam damage. It'll OHKO it. Even if it has a little bit of bulk, it's still going to pretty much die, right? So that was the reason for that. And not only that, you can see that the modest spread, I'm at the second bump here because look at this, 152, 154. And then everything else was just optimization and leftovers. So 191 just to optimize my sand and hail chip. And then the leftovers was into the defense part, all right? And then 1 point in special defense because you don't really need that much special defense in my loader. So that's my reasoning for the EV spread on this sand team. So now let's just go ahead and go into the rental code. And there it is, guys. There's the rental code for our Gigalith Sand Trick Room team, our final Series 9 team. It's number 30 on the channel. We've had 30 Series 9 team videos. I'm tired. But yeah, you saw it. I guess really that those first couple battles really highlighted just like the amount of pivoting that you have to do to try and position your Gigalith and Dusclops so that way you can Dynamax and sweep. But yeah, it's a great squad. You know, Gigalith was used a little bit in Series 9. It did top cut a couple of tours. So that was great to see, and I wish I could have featured it earlier, and I didn't wait this long to do it, but nonetheless, here it is. We didn't really get to bring the Milo in any of the games because I didn't really see a Landorus. We could have brought it against the Garchomp game, but, you know, I felt like the other four were needed a lot more than the Milo. Alright, but it is there if you do need it. But yeah, Zapdos, again, a very good mon in the beginning, very good mon in the end to clean up. It just really helps with what Sand struggles with, which is like the Urshifu and the Tapu Fini. So if you see any of those, you're going to have to bring the Zapdos a little bit. But yeah, Gigalith and Excadrill, you know, there's your Sand mode, there's your Fast mode and Slow mode as well with the squad. Incineroar just does what it does with the pivoting, with the Dusclops, just so that you can finally get in position to sweep the opponent's teams. Alright, so there it is. Give Gigalith a go, and on our next video, we're going to do Series 10 content via Pokemon Showdown. I'm going to build some teams for you guys. I'm going to show you how I EV them, and we'll potentially give out a rental, and this way we can get you guys started off nicely with Series 10. Alright, have a good one.